connected. The system voice should be connected. Broadcast. Still sending data. So we might have a lag of a minute. Checking the system sound. Is the audio clear or is there a click in it? Let's try again. It's connected. And let's try to use the mic on the device. Let's see what happens. Device sound is not that bad. You can actually stick with the device sound. Eight 25, no, 2820. Let's see how much is the lag. So we have a lag of almost 20 seconds. Sorry, today's sessions were kind of interrupted. That's like a 30-second lag. We're still checking the system. Exactly 15 seconds. Four minutes more to actually. We'll just pause the session in 3 minutes and restart it. Sound Looks fine. We're just checking with all the feedback we're getting. Looks like everyone is good. This is just a test session for audio, video capacity. We were having a lot of issues. We're going to discuss that once we start the session. Try it out. Try more setting changes. Testing the audio at 411. Right. Sounds good. To live sessions are active. That is all right. We're gonna pause the session and start the actual streaming. Session. We are starting the session with the unofficial guide, learning the Quran project or going through the Quran project. Our all progress will begin in 3 minutes. We're just gonna let everyone get ready. So um, not the site used. I'll just use this as a disclaimer for now. The timer also keep. No, timer over here. All right. The unofficial guide to Quran, the project, is designed to help understand verses of the Holy Quran in the order of revelation and chronology of the life of the Prophet, peace be upon him, also known as the Sirah. Now, The unofficial guide is of the Quran respects various religions, sects, and schools. The unofficial guide to Quran does not endorse any sect, school, or variation of religions. The unofficial guide to Quran promotes independent and sincere study of text by individuals, families, and societies. That would be the disclaimer. While we work on getting all the numbers ready on all stations. All right. So what we had discussed in the previous episode or the session was why this project, and we had a lot of technical issues with the software or the hardware, let's say the hardware compatibility. So we should start up with thanking our boss for giving us the laptop of another new laptop that was purchased for different purpose for us to continue this project, and inshallah we'll be adding a lot more. So whoever is involved in this project, may they be rewarded immensely. All right, we are going to do a quick brief again about the project and why we are choosing this format. Um, for beginners, let's get all the distractions away, all the comment sections out. It won't be public, so there won't be any. Um, all right, let's begin. Okay, the whole objective is to just step up from one of our old projects that we had. The old projects we had was artif.ca. Um, Last video we did go through and we just didn't go through much details, and we won't be going through much details. That project started in around 2002, 2003, where we were, oops, sorry, the Bluetooth was on. Um, yeah, so that project started with collection of various languages of Quran, providing it in MP3s, providing them in PDF formats, also providing audiobooks for Bible, Torah, and whatsoever we had available since we could grab. Then we started adding tafasir versions and everyone's explanations, and we started adding sirah, which is the life of the prophet. Then we started adding life of different variations of how Jesus was understood. And then we started adding a lot more and to leadership uh, and so on and so forth. We are now, from this year, we started taking everything off the main platform, as that platform was just a side platform. The main purpose of the site was not teaching or anything to do with Quran, other than just a collection and a backup drive for organizations or companies or individuals, whoever wanted the complete form files. Now, what we have done is we have removed everything in our process of migration, and we will only be putting things without any references, without any. So, technically, we will be going through the whole book or the whole Quran itself ourselves. Inshallah, this will be a pretty long project, most probably 3 to 5 years. And the reason why we are confident in starting this is because throughout the time we have been involved with people who had experience or did not have experience with religion and Quran, and this was a best approach for us to take. Start from the sequence of revelation. It takes time. Eventually, people will catch up. It just needs to be in a format that anyone who is at whichever state can pick up and move on at their own pace. So this is not for any specific target group. This is for not any specific religion. This is not specific for any crowd. It is for anyone who is interested in study of the book. um, will it benefit? These were the previous sessions questions and stuff. We'll go through it. Is as a Jew, a Christian, a Muslim, or any other faith, how will it benefit? Any book that we read, either for any religion, non-religious, political, educational, whatsoever we have in institutes, everything needs to be looked at from a non-biased perspective. And our perspective will be to look at it from a critical and also from a perspective of what if it is what it claims to be, and what if it does not, it is not what it claims to be. So any book we look at it from these perspectives. Once established, the rules and the guidelines are all similar for Torah, for Quran, for even any book or constitution. What fits for a particular region does not fit for the other. Why does Quran claim that its teachings fit for every time, every culture, and every sect or school? Now, does it have sects? No, it does not. How and why does the word come in? Why does it define? The words come in the Quran or any other verse or book does not mean they promote. A lot of times words come in to condemn or to identify or to limit. Same is the case with restrictions. A number being identified does not mean that it is a permission. It also can mean that it is a restriction. So that also we will go through while we do the whole study. And it does look like the voice is good. We'll just do a quick 30-second check on all the platforms. Let's do a quick check on the platform or the data transfer before we even start the thing. We're gonna check this. Yep, there is no lag. We were having an issue with the hardware from the old system because the old system was old and the hardware was not compatible for multi functions. So now we have our boss giving us the newer laptop that is able to do much wonders. All right, let's. What were we gonna start with? Uh, we will be starting just going into what we are gonna be learning out first. Let's go back to the intro of the books. Every religion claims to have a book. How was it delivered? Have different formats. One claims it was on stone. One claims it was written in bones. One claims whatsoever. Quran was an inspiration, inspired upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and this is what is to be believed and is believed. The prophets. all the prophets, the definition, how it is identified with or explained is God fearing, following whoever has surrendered to the will and has continued serving people as per guidance or the will of the Creator. We will also be using the words as in Allah and or uh, angels whensoever they come. We will only explain them as they come in the book because that is how it was introduced. So our focus won't be to explain words what do not come or what did not appear already. How we will be doing that will be we will actually be doing a quick, um, it's not going to be a detailed alphabetical review or education part. It's just going to be, yeah, it is working. It's just going to be, we're going to be writing a few stuff so that people can identify how words are made. This again we used for people who are new to Arabic, who have not been able to figure out what are these symbols, or either if someone is familiar with Aramaic, it is almost similar concept. You just identify, connect, and you figure out the root, and then you connect what that root was used in that sentence. Basically, that's what we're going to be doing. Throughout the whole project, our project will be focused on explaining or understanding the verses or the Arabic of the Quran and how it applies. The first revelation was Ikra, as we discussed in the previous one. First revelation came or was revealed upon the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, in a cave where he got scared when he saw the angel Gabriel, and there were five verses that were revealed. So we'll go through the five verses again. We went through, I think, two verses. We're going to write them again from the beginning, and we're going to explain how it is pronounced, what does it mean, how do we understand it. So let's get down to that. The other series that we will have on religion, that will explain all the details about angels and all that stuff. So our first revelation that we have is Iqra bismi rabbikal ladhi khalaq. The writings that we're going to follow would be not exactly, but will be Indo-Pak script, and it's the most easiest one. That's why we are going to try to follow it. Are we going to follow throughout the whole Quran, writing the whole Quran? Inshallah, one day we will, but not for this session. We did want to start up with that, but that's not something that it's not a piece of cake. That's all I can say. Even if you have spent years and years learning Quran, it, it takes someone, and we'll discuss that once it comes to it. Not even just writing translations is not someone's. Not everyone can do. All right, we are going to just load up on our side the system. And yes, we, as recommended before, we do not follow or we are not going to be following anyone's translation, but the one that we recommend is Pickthall, Mohammed Pickthall, Marmaduke Pickthall, done wonders, and that's one person who can never get credit for what the work he has done. Beautiful work. Okay, so the first is what we have, Aleph of Ra Aleph. Now, these are the four alphabets. When you connect them together, it becomes Aleph of Ra Aleph. Aleph. Why is this a small Aleph? Let's make it a big Aleph. I think this is what I like doing. So alif, qaf, ra, alif. Now, if someone is familiar with Arabic, they'll be able to, okay, iqra, whatever the word is, they're going to be able to connect how is it pronounced. For someone who does not, they would need the helping dashes as we discussed in the previous one. E, this is E, this is A, this is U, this is in, un, un, and it applies to all the alphabets. We will go through not all throughout the whole Quran. We'll just go through enough that we can identify them. So this word will become E. This is a stopper, means I mean not a stopper. You don't. There's no action on it. Means no qa, qi, qu. Just iq. So iq. The other ra. So iqra, and you have a stop. So iqra, which means read. The first command came read. The thing was the Prophet ﷺ did not know how to read, did not did not memorize poems. He never in his life was known to have spoken um, any poetry completely. So the response the Prophet ﷺ gave was, Ma ana biqari, is I am not of those who read or recite. Now, why does it also mean recite? A lot of schools and thoughts and all that stuff. So we're not go into details. We'll just keep with read. We'll go through it a little bit, I think. How does it imply? A lot of people would say it is a command for the normal person to read, to read from the book, to read from whatsoever right source it is. Right now, we'll stick with why was it revealed was an introduction for from the creator through some entity, and the introduction was read. That is pretty strange. Next, you have ba, alif, sin. Why did I make that small? Meme. Ba, alif, sin, meme. Connecting together, bi ism. How do we know it is bi ism? Bi. Okay. Now, Indo-Pak, it will be connected with a raw. Now, that's going to be, um, you have, let's try to make this clear. Let's go back to the other system. What do we mean? Give it a quickie. I should have had this thing ready already. Let's see. Oh, good that we came here. The chapter is 96 in the Quran, the one that we're discussing. I'm on a completely different system, so I can't share that. Okay, so this is what we're gonna share is the difference. One of the differences, glad that it came right away. One script will be ismi ra. Let's connect both of the words, how it connects together. Oops, I don't think people are familiar with this one. Let's go to the next line. This would be ismi rabbika. So this is one way of writing it. Ismi rabbika. We'll explain the rabbika word after. We'll just try to identify why the scripts differ. The other one we'll go through. We'll start writing on this section. Actually, now we're writing on the same screen. Okay, so that let's maximize it, make it everywhere I can. This is connected. So I think because this may rob a car. So the other script writes this way. Now, this is exactly why you need to just identify what are you dealing with, what's the difference. There's no difference in it. There's just a script difference. One has the connection of R, or let's highlight it, this with M, one is separate. So we're gonna try sometime with I myself while writing one, I try to mix it up as well. We're gonna try to keep it as simple as possible. If there are any errors, forgive us. We're simply human, but we'll try to stick with whatever we are. We really don't stick with anything, so we don't know what we're gonna stick with. All right. So the difference in that we have discussed. Let's go back to Bism. Iqra we did. Bism. We were doing Bism. This is what we were doing. We will connect Bism. B is me. So B is me means in the name of. Let's make it happen. Where is it? Where is it? Where are you? Let's make it happen. Let's make it fit in this thing. In the name of Hua. All right. So Iqra bi ismi. Read in the name of. So the Prophet replied after Iqra was revealed. Iqra said, I if not of those who read. Schools, there are more readings if you're interested in. There's a whole explanation what happens. Three times uh, he said the same word. Um, the whole incident, everyone should actually look into it. So that's why we won't go into the details of it. Read in the name of باسم. Next word, Rabbika. Let's see that here. I don't know why is it flag, but we'll stick with this. So you know what? We're gonna stick with the money script maybe. This one is I think money. Today we feel like sticking with this. So Rabbika. This has again a dollar sign without the finishing. Oops, sorry, it has to mark it. That's what we're told. Oh, we didn't break it down. We'll break it down after, I guess. Ra, ba, ka, bi'ismi rabbika. Rabbika is rabbika. Your Rabb, as we discussed, the one who created, the one who provides, the one who sustains. We even go to a point where we would say the one who is gonna end everything as well. It's not the normal or common perspective, and obviously not acceptable. So it's not common. So we're gonna stick with the sustainer, the creator, and the provider. Although people have added a few thousand words. Now, بِإِسْمِ رَبِّكَ. Next word, الذي. Ooh, that or the that is connecting. الذي is. What am I doing? Why am I not able to connect them together? Let's write them together again. Okay, something's wrong with it. Probably screen is stuck on that thing. الذي. Now, الذي meaning, I'm pretty much sure everyone knows by now, right? Right? The one who or the one, الذي. So wherever we have used this word, الذي خلق, الذي, anywhere we have, it's the one who, the one who. Now, next word. We have fa, la, oh. I have to get used to zoom out, zoom in, and using a pen. All right. خلق, we will connect it together. If you stop, you read it this way, but it is written this way. خلق. So, الذي خلق. So when you stop, you say خلق. And at the end, if you're connecting, you go with اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق الذي. Now, the whole, good luck writing the whole thing. Let's write it with a pen, I guess. Where's the pen? The pencil? Cool. Read in the name of. No. Or rub. Okay. Read in the name of your Lord. Or your rub. A lot of people translate it as your Lord, but we're gonna stick with your rub. Now, when this comes in, it's something that the Prophet himself recited. So these are the things that one understand. Once a revelation is given to the Prophet, he recites, and this is the it gets recorded not in English, it gets recorded in the whole Arabic as in. Ooh, good luck with writing the whole thing. Oh, what did we do? Hit the wrong column. Sorry. What am I doing? Why am I using? Oh, sorry. All right. Okay. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. Earlier times, there were no dashes whatsoever needed. People did not need that. It was oral transmission. The only reason why it was to be written down was to memorize, to go through and spread it around. So the way we have now is اقرأ. Oops, why do I have another one? Oh my God. باسم ربك الذي خلق. Well, we can do calligraphy, man. Okay, that's how it's written down nowadays, so people can understand. Now, if you see a simple version, it doesn't mean that that was an old Quran and the new dish dashes are some newer translated or newer emphasized or boosted up version. No, it's the same thing, just helps figure out what's happening. All right, next one. خلق اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق الإنسان من علق خلق الإنسان من علق. We'll just do the dashes first. خلق. We're gonna do the highlight. Oops, wrong place. Do خلق. We'll mark this one first. Okay. خلق. خلق الإنسان means there is this thing is two, which is connected lam and alif. We are gonna write that lam alif here. Not clear enough. Lam alif. Cool. Nice. So this is, let's try to make it more fancy. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding. Cool. Oh, why do we have that? Oh, let me start again. Oh, why didn't we finish it? All right. Al-insan. So the blue, let's mark it with the blue, this thing. You're not doing much about it, and you're jumping straight from here to here. خلقal insan. So we will go back to the pencil or the thingy. خلقal. This is where the easiest way to understand is you connect the last end to the first one. If there is nothing there in the middle, you miss it. So خلقal in uh, make it more clear. This is noon and has a stop. Al insana min alaq. So khalaqal insana min alaq. The mean noon has missing this. Okay, perfect. This means khalaqa means, let's put the highlighter with a different color. Highlight this fancy stuff. All right. Khalaqa means what? Created. With a different color. I don't like that color. Oh, I'm gonna match the same color again. Seriously? Okay. Al insan. Let's just not go do the colors. Let's just do a different pencil maybe. Let's do a pencil. What is this thing? Let's do this. Let's try that. So khalaqa is the create. Khalaqal insan, the created. Khaliq is the creator. Khalaq means created. Al insan means human. Al insan, the human. Min is from. Alaq, you have various explanation. It is something that hangs on. So why is the second verse now? Person receives اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق. So read in the name of the creator or the Rabb, the one who created. Sorry, yeah. Read in the name of Qara'a, Qari, which that's why they say Iqra. That's what it means is to recite. Um, recite or read in the name of the Rabb, the one who created the human from something that clings. First question is why, and why would this even be an introduction? Best part is we will not be answering that. It is a very long study. You should do your own research. We'll go to the next one. Now the next اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم. اقرأ. Again, the same word. اقرأ. Read. وربك Rabbuka means and your, let's see, let's use this R, and your rub. Rabbuka al-akram. Karam is the most easiest format for someone to understand is the one who um, gives by no or gives uh, with his own might, but the easiest way to be is generous. So read and your rub is the most generous, the easiest way to understand. What do you get from it? Um, I don't know. For us, would be everything that we can apply it to. So read, and the one who sustains you, the one who provides for you, the one who is going to give you everything that you need from the time you wake up till the time you sleep, while you're asleep, the one who made sure you were within the womb and getting proper nutrition, that entity is the one who gives with his extreme might or pleasure or whatsoever bounties he has. So is the one who gives without any count of bounties or anything. So defining that would be explaining um, this is where you understand the words Rabbuka al Akram, Akram, and you understand that there is no limit for the way the word is used. Al Akram is the most, someone who has provided you with the most sus- um, items you can think of. Let's put it this way. You have your parents, you have your cousins, you have your whosoever, everything added, the whole world added, the one who gave everything, the world, what it has, that personality or that entity is the one who gives beyond any measure. Now, what is a measure or what are the blessings? Akram is that explanation of it. Yeah, you do need to study what those words. So our job or objective is just to be able to identify and pull in your own um, investigation or research and then do your own study. And soon there should be time for Maghrib, and we will be taking a 15-minute break. Once that happens, where is the Maghrib time? Oh, 4:43. It's half an hour, so we have enough time. All right. We are at still, what did it mean? Iqra wa rabbukal akram. Read or recite, and your Lord or the Rabb is the one who gives. Identifies connection of who is this entity. It is the entity that has given everything to everyone. Now let's move on to the next verse. It is, oops, and your Rabb. Let's finish this up. We'll use, um, don't want to use the word generous, but that's how it has been used. Yeah, writings change every day, man. Tomorrow it's gonna be like a doctor, day after is gonna be like a physician. All right, next verse. الذي علم بالقلم. الذي علم القلم. الذي علم بالقلم. Once it continues, علم بالقلم علم الإنسان. So if you're continuing it, you have the last dash, which is to be put when you're writing. But if you're stopping, you don't say علم قلمي, you say قلم. الذي علم بالقلم. So, الذي علم بالقلم. الذي. الذي. Where did we find الذي? First verse, اقرأ باسم ربك الذي. So, الذي here we're going to be used as the one who. الذي علم. Can you figure it out what it means? Taught. So, the one who taught. The next word means bil qalam, used as bil, fil, al. Just because of the bil, it is used as by because the definition of it fits that most. So with the pen, by the pen would be the same. We'll stick with, um, I'm guessing the recent translations are by the pen. All right. What does this mean now? The one who taught by the pen. Who taught the one who created by the pen? How did he teach by the pen? So that is another critical part is, does it mean that we have to believe that the instructions that come from God are written by a pen on a tablet or on a book? Are we to think that this text was actually written, came down as a book? No. We understand it as who taught by giving the ability for the human to write and read. This is what the understanding of the Arabic stuff would help you get to know. Why something is written in very concise, because Quran is the masterpiece of Arabic writing. For if you were to even write it in another simpler form, you would not be able to write it in this small book. It explains enough within its own wording, the placement of the wording, and also the emphasis on letters within the wording itself. Same with the Aramaic and all that stuff that you have to study, become a rocket science on Arabic also. It's exactly, you understand the basic, you're going to be gliding through it. All right, so it would be taken as the one who gave the human the ability to read and write, and that gives us to think that no other creation has it. Why does a book introduce itself such simple words, and how does it apply to us? It is an indication that humans are created with the most advanced intellect. We have learned almost every sense that is in any other's creation, animals, plants. Some excel in some things over humans, and in some, which is only the intellect, the human excels amongst everyone else. So this is what it comes down to, is how does the information come and transfer, and what does it mean? So it's going to be very compact. It's just how was it understood and how do we understand it. Let's go to the next verse. Again, we are not doing a tafsir, we are not doing a detailed analysis, we are just doing what does a layman understand from the book, and how can they read it by themselves? Well, obviously by doing an Arabic course, but if they are to read a translation, how are they to understand it? Trying to get. Next, we have علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. This L has to be a little higher. But and the reason why we're going through in slow and detailed is so that people can catch up to. And once we are going to go through Arabic, or probably after 12 or 10 verses, by that time we'll be able to just understand most of it. We'll just go through the Arabic. That's when we're going to bring in a text or something that we're going to just follow off the Arabic and then explain what are we to learn. Okay, continue. علم الإنسان. So علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. So علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. What does that mean? علم means alam. Ilm is knowledge. Ilm, alama is knowledge. Allama, taught. When it says allama, the one who is well taught. All right. Where's my taught? Allama, taught. Al insan. Where did we get al insan? Hmm. Al insan, I mean alaq. Now, insan is a lot of translations, a lot of um, text. We're not gonna stick with even what we had learned or whatsoever. We're just going to go with what Arabic was taught, not from any school. Nasan, insan, you have humanity, or you have al insan is had al insan, this human. That's what is understood. So we're gonna go with the explanation that people take would be humanity. So taught humans or humanity or al-insan is obviously the creation that has the intellect. So we're gonna stick with human or humanity. Anyone you pick. Cool. That looks like a signature to me. All right. Humanity. Ma lam ya'lam. So ma lam ya'lam. Let's do the ya new. Lam is not what. So let's go with whatsoever was needed to know and whatever is beneficial knowledge or whatsoever. So these are going to be the tafasir who understood what and all that stuff. Everyone needs to research what does this mean. All right, whatever or whatsoever. Lam ya'lam or what not, what not was known or what they knew, what they did not know. But if we do it with the Arabic, it would be what was not known to something. But it doesn't. So what's explained is what they knew or what they did not know. So one translation would be what they did not know, what they knew. So all of it is going to come back to what information does it belong to? What did they not know? Who did not know an intellect? What did they not know is being taught here now. So whatever was needed, ma'lam ya'lam, whatever they did not know was taught to this human or humanity, if that makes sense. What uh, they did not know or what they knew not. All right, let's go to the next one. Actually, we are going to be stopping over here. Cool. For this, reason why we're gonna stop is this was a set of 5 revelations that were revealed. After this, there's another set, and then there's another set that was added, and then let's connect it. It's a huge, yes, connections. How to understand it is revelations came in when an incident happened. Throughout the time, things came through, kept coming, and then everything was recorded in sections. Before the end of the Prophet's life, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he organized all the verses in surahs. This is one school of thought, and the other will offend it and or sorry, reject it and what's not. Um, where do we stand as for the unofficial guide's perspective? We are gonna stick with the 30 chapters that exist. We're gonna say they are perfectly good. The um, 30 books, 114 chapters. We are all good with that. The way the Prophet was for them to go together, and he knew best what goes together. So if it was in the format of revelation,
we don't know what it would have had, how hard, how easy for humans to remember, memorize, transfer, and copy. The fashion it is now, it actually looks, we shouldn't say poetic, it other well. So, although the order of revelation is the sequence we will learn, the way it is in the book is um, the perfect way to memorize the book. Let's keep it to that. Now it is 4:33 and we have done the five verses. Let's go through them again. First that's revealed is Iqra bismi rabbika allazi khalaq. Read in the name who created. Khalaqal insana min alaq. Created insan, humanity or humans or the being with the intellect, min from things. We did not go into the details or explanations of it. What does a clinging clot or what does a clot mean or something hanging? What are the explanations? We're just gonna stick with alak, something that hangs. Explanation for that for anyone at that time, even was not possible to know how a feet is and all that stuff. But then you would go back and think a lot of animals. We'll leave that view to no one knew how a newborn is born or a human is reproduced. We'll just say it says thinking clot and it just identifies that is your origin. We are getting this. Doesn't mean that it's a miracle that Quran is telling you that's something you did not know. No, we are gonna go with the explanation or our not explanation, our understanding that something that hangs, um, that is our beginning. So it's explaining or trying to click to us that the one who's sending us this message is the one from that start. So that is something powerful. Once you think on it, you can actually write up all medical. Yes, there is a lot you can get from it, but we are not gonna. What a bukal akram. Read, and your Rabb is the one who gives without any count of bounty or without any. So read, and your Lord is the most generous, or whatever. Generous would be the best one right now. الذي علم بالقلم, who taught with or by the pen, again, gave the ability or the intellect or to this creation, which is called insan. So now we have the name of the creation being given the insan, which is human. Wherever we will be dealing with insan, we'll know this is what it means. Next, علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم, taught us or insan or humans or humanity what they did not know before, what was not known. So anything that